What's going on, guys? Healy here, and today I'm going to tell you some of the best players that you should use in this new event. The event is right-hand man. Right-handed hitters versus left-handed pitchers. I wish that you could use right-handed hitters and switch hitters and only left-handed pitchers, because then the switch hitters would be forced to hit right-handed. Doesn't really make sense, but yeah, you can only use right-handed hitters. Max team overall is 77. Minimum player overall is 55. Quick counts are on. These are 6-inning games. Entries are free, like always. You get a flashback Ryan Braun at 25 wins. You get a gold live series player at 15. Only 80 to 82. If you win 12 in a row, then you get 85 to 89 live series player. So for starters, I am going to have to redo my starting rotation, especially with this being a 6-inning game. Yeah, I probably would not use a full common rotation, especially 6 innings. We're going to get past that, though. Rotation doesn't necessarily matter. There's not too many like cheesy guys you should pick, and especially overall wise, I'll just go with guys that could get you an inning or two. Relief pitchers. You got Andrew Miller, who's okay. I'm not too great with him. Brett CECIL, great pick if you don't have him. He is on the Toronto Blue Jays collection. He is the Toronto Blue Jays collection, so it's not too expensive. They don't have like diamonds or anything. They might have one gold, but Brett CECIL's a good one. Johnny Venter's probably a must. He's sick in this game against right-handed hitters. I feel like his pitch selection is great. Tony Sipp's always solid, especially with his changeup. Kind of floats in there. Chris Sale. A lot of people have seen him throughout the years, but still, he is a probably must-use card in your pen. Oliver Perez kind of has a cheesy windup. He does only have a slider, four seam, and sinker. Sinker might be good. Tony Watson's always solid. He has a sinker, changeup, slider, and four seam. Windup is pretty good. Jerry BLEVINS isn't bad. He has a super slow curveball. He has a sinker, changeup, and four seam. Johnny Venters does have a 70 overall, so if you're trying to play, he has a sinker, slider, and four seam. Adam Conley has a very weird motion. 68 overall, so he's not the best overall wise, but his motion is wild. He has a four-seam change, slider, and two-seam. Another guy I would recommend, Alex CLAUDIO. 65 overall, 70-mile-per-hour changeup. He has a wacky motion as well. His changeup floats in there. He's like the lefty Pat Neshek. He has the sinker, the four-seam, the slider. Super slow pitches. Donnie Hart also has a wacky motion, so if you need to lower your overall, Donnie Hart is a go-to person. He's down on inside edge today, but maybe the motion will help you out. I wouldn't really recommend Hader, as he only has a four-seam and a slider. If you have him, he's one of your best guys, go ahead. Jose Alvarado, I don't pitch well with him. I don't like his movement or his motion at all, and his movement seems kind of flat. They might have adjusted it. I know they boosted his velocities, but before, I didn't really like him. I hit well off of him as well. For catchers, there's so many great options. You have Pudge. You can use Pudge. You have Piazza. You could use Mike. Probably the go-to guys, Gary Sanchez. He has 91 power. He's a good fielder for you. So there you go. Or Mike Zunino. He has 83 power versus lefties, 91 fielding. If you don't have any of those guys and you kind of need a lower overall guy, Robinson Chirinos. 80 power versus lefties is great blocking. Fielding's okay. Arm strength's okay, but he can hit lefties really well. First base, there's a lot of great options. Paul Goldschmidt, one of the best against left-handers. Miguel Cabrera is actually up against lefties today, but for this video, depending on when you're watching it, he might not be the best option. Without inside edge, though, against lefties, still a very solid card. Jackies are always pretty solid, especially if you want that 95 speed. Hoskins, Today, he's against the lefty, so he's great. Encarnacion, he's pretty decent. Ryan Zimmerman, he's a very solid choice against lefties no matter what. Facing a lefty today, look at that inside edge. Steve Pearce, always very solid. If you do the Orioles team affinity and you get to the gold, you get the gold Steve Pearce card. He has like 90s for contact and power versus lefties. Good thing is he was facing a lefty today, so he's very solid. For inside edge purposes, again today, Albert Pujols, killer. But like I said, depending on when you're watching this video, might not be the best option. For second base, you have Hornsby, which I know a lot of people won't have. Altuve's decent, but I wouldn't really recommend him. What Merrifield is, great contact, good vision, low power. If you want an on-base machine, use Wit. Two guys I'm going to recommend. Jonathan Scope, 84 contact, 85 power, 63 vision. He has good arm strength. Kills it. You can play him as short as well. Devin Travis, another one. Probably the better option here. He has 98 contact, 87 power, 71 vision, 66 speed. Fielding isn't so great. Arm strength isn't so great, but second base, he gets bailed out right there. Gleyber Torres, he's always a solid option, especially with inside edge not being on him. 85 power. This Wilmer Flores, if you could get his Mets version, it's very solid versus lefties. Third baseman, there's so many great options. Killebrew has low contact, but he has the power. Nolan Arenado just destroys lefties. You have Chris Bryant, who demolishes left-handed pitching. Same with Suarez. Suarez is a great budget type guy. Josh Donaldson, another very solid guy. So many great guys at third base. I would probably recommend, if you have a couple of these guys, play one at first, play one at third, because these guys are amazing. So no, not a bad option with 80 power. 20 vision might cost him a little bit, but it is on all-star, so doesn't matter too much. For shortstops, a couple of great picks. Javier Baez, amazing versus lefties. And then you have probably the pick to go with, Trevor Story. Especially if you face the lefty once this week. This card is absolutely insane. 88 speed. Solid pick. You need like a budget type dude. Segura, he has good contact versus lefties. Tim Anderson's pretty decent as well. Not the best fielding, but he does have good contact. Moving over to left field, you have great guys like Pujols, JD Martinez. Sick today, but his fielding not the best. The guy who I'm probably going to go with, Giancarlo Stanton. 90 contact, 104 power. He has pretty good fielding with 75, 81 arm, 61 speed. Very doable out there. Acuna is always solid. His fielding scares me, but he has the speed. Ozuna might be a good one if you want some gold. Same with Tommy Pham. Chris Davis, always very solid, and he's killer today. Just like JD Martinez, though, his fielding is very, very bad. Matt Kemp's not terrible if you need a budget guy. In center field, everyone should have this card, right? Willie Mays, one of the best against lefties. Amazing fielding, arm, speed. I'm kidding. I'm just joking. Lorenzo Cain would be a good option if you've done the Willie Mays moments. This Willie Mays card, very good for the event. He has 92 speed. He has good fielding and an arm. Good hitting stats against lefties. Would recommend. You got George Springer, who has 80-80 versus lefties. His fielding is kind of garbage. Then he has decent speed. Fielding might hurt him a little bit. Harrison Bader, he'll be a very solid option. Hitting stats, he hits better against lefties. 72 and 59, 40 vision. But this guy has amazing speed, and he has amazing fielding and arm strength. You don't have many stubs, many players. Get Harrison Bader, use him in center field. You will enjoy him. Byron Buxton, another one who's not too terrible. He has amazing speed with good fielding. Hitting stats aren't there, but we all know low power, low contact. You put it on the ball, you're going to get hits. And then finally, right field. Jose Bautista is always very good. Mookie Betts is always pretty good. Aaron Judge, He's pretty decent. If you have the chance to get the White Sox collection, you could get Avisail Garcia, 125 contact. He has only 44 power, but he has 80 speed, 85 arm. Probably would recommend that. Nelson Cruz would be a very good pinch hit bat. Would not want him on the field at all. Jose Martinez, another good pinch hit bat, 94 contact, 65 power, 70 vision. Would not really want him on the field though. Hunter Renfroe. This is a very solid pick with 70 contact, 87 power, 53 speed. His fielding's okay. He's serviceable out there. Framil Reyes, another good budget pick, 72 overall, 81 contact, 79 power. He'd probably be a very good pinch hit bat. Michael Hermosillo is good contact and power with inside edge stay. Pretty decent for the overall. Vision's 42. His fielding's okay. He has 84 speed. I'd probably throw him on your bench. Put him as the speed guy to come off the bench. Lower your team overall. Hermosillo, you guys don't know, he actually plays MLB The Show. Follow him on Twitter. Plays MLB The Show. He's tweeted. He's finished 12-0 in BR, and he's also made World Series, so he's a pretty decent player. He tweets about the show sometimes and some other stuff. Would recommend following him. So yeah, that's it for this event. There's some other guys that you could buy off the market, like Brandon Phillips, but I mainly was just going through the main live series guys and like collection rewards. There's a lot of variety that you can use in this event. Let me know who you guys are using, who your favorite players to use in this event. Leave a like, subscribe if you have not already. And this is Healy. I am out. Peace.